I'm going to summarize what we talked about, then I will get your final thoughts on the topic. So I'm talking to my friend Cary Dittmann. We're talking about the skill gap epidemic, how untrained workers are holding you back. And the first thing we talked about is companies not meeting business objectives. And the reason they're meeting the business objective is because their people don't have the attitude, skills, and knowledge required. Sometimes training is kind of thrown in as like, well, go ahead and just train what we train because we train. It's not that. It's we train because we need something. This is an ROI. We're in a world that requires ROI. So if we're going to do the training, we're doing the training because there's a gap in our performance that we need to fill in. So first and foremost, we have people who don't have the attitude, skills, and knowledge because they come from different places. And even if they went to a supply chain program, they might, for college, they still might not have the skills that they need or the knowledge they need. Next, we talked about this idea of shared vision, shared knowledge, just a shared understanding of how the world works and what problems we solve and how we solve them. Training can fill in that gap. I don't want to find out that one of my teams is delivering in this way and the team down the hall delivers in a completely different way. And I also don't want to find out that the only people who know what they're doing can leave, right? I want to make sure that that veteran or maybe even a young person understands how that customer works and no one else does. We can't have that. We talked a little bit about the case study about one of the customers you guys have already, a freight forwarder, and the problems they were suffering from and some of what you're doing for them. And again, I use the term just-in-time learning. I'm sure there's a lot of other ways to describe it. But anyway, Cary, put a big old bow on this. Final thoughts on the topic.
Yeah. No, thanks, Joe. That's a good summary. I would say, our mission has been really to address all those key areas. The upskilling employees is key. And like I referenced earlier, there's some companies that look at this, we come in, they go, wow, we really need this. We don't do it well. Can you help us? And part of it's just helping them get on the right path, no pun intended. And I think knowledge consistency is a big problem out there. And that's and it's going to get worse before it gets better, because of where people are going. That's your most valuable resource is the employees that you have. So keeping them up to speed, and the folks that today kind of get all that weight of being the tribal knowledge leader, it's going to get more difficult for them to kind of keep up. So we've got to get that foundational group, whether they're new coming into the organization or they're graduating to another level within the company, or they want to move somewhere else within the company. They need to have different skill sets and able to do that. I mean, that's exactly what we are and what we're trying to do. So